Welcome back to the Run It Back Podcast, the podcast where you come for the entertainment. Stay for the free game. I am one of your hosts, Percy.
I'm BOBBYBANDZZ.
This is a podcast for the culture. I did not forget. In the room today, we got Bruce in here.
As silent as usual. He don't talk. If you haven't noticed, like he don't.
He's just the guy on the couch.
He's just here.
No, you hype him up. He ain't thinking about none of that shit.
He's a couch guy.
Yeah, he's a couch guy.
Next to him, we got Smoke in here. Behind the camera, we got that man, Reef. What's up, brother?
The New York Giants, come on.
We repping our team. He repping his. You know how it is. We got DJ Ozone in the building again.
Fucking up the game.
Hey, yes, and it's crazy. A year later, he back in the building.
Year ago today.
Yeah. Right. Crazy. You know. I did not catch your name, brother.
Dre.
We got Dre in here right with him.
Yep.
And at the table. So I've been thinking about how I'm going to do this introduction for a little minute.
I've been inspired.
So I'm going to just go with, we got the Mexican Frank Lucas. I think that was one of his bars.
I ain't heard that one yet.
No snitching, though.
No snitching, though.
Hey, it's just music. We got First Class B in the building. Welcome to the Run It Back Podcast, brother.
What up? Thank y'all for having me.
Appreciate you coming through.
Yes, sir.
So you just dropped the album.
Yes, I did. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
How'd you come with that title?
Basically, I picked it up from one of my homies. Every time I was in a jam, if I was sick, if some shit popped up, he would always just hit me with the Godspeed, like, and it kind of left like a good luck vibe to me, and shit would always pan out. So then this was gonna be my first studio album, so Godspeed's basically like a blessing, good fortune, you know what I mean? So this is my first project coming out to the world to be like, you know, hopefully all this shit goes well. Hoping the way it will.
And I was going through your Instagram and I saw you like building up for the album. Yeah. You said you've been working on it. How long has it been now? You've been working on this album?
I would say like all of this year. It was crazy because we're building up on it hard in the beginning of the year.
And then bullshit hit.
And then COVID hit. And we had all this traction. We had just finished like, you know, videos of Miami, like crazy Vegas, doing everything. Billboard up.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. The album was going to come out back then. COVID happened. We took a big time off, big break. We had to wait. And then, I don't know, this shit seemed like it ain't going nowhere. So we're like, fuck it, we just going to put it out. And then, you know.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
I when I was, like I said, I was going through your Instagram and just the term Godspeed, you know, like you were theming it. And I feel like that's one of the things that I live kind of by. Like everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So with all this COVID shit, even though this year's been unpredictable as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, but everything happens for a reason at God's speed. You know what I'm saying? We can't control that.
Yeah.
But you're blessed to drop that album, you know what I'm saying? Your health, everything that's going on with that. So that's dope though. I've been fucking with the album hard, man.
Appreciate that, man.
Fucking with it hard. What I would say is you have, like, Percy was like, this nigga raps.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I said that hero or in the text?
In the text we were talking. I'm like, yeah, he raps. Like, a lot of people in Chicago, you get a lot of this drill shit. You get a lot of this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess, like, when people say I'm a rapper, but you technically not rapping now. You singing, you harmonizing, you doing whatever. Like, I'm like, I rap, like actually rap.
Yeah. So you on your like a hook, you wouldn't try to like melodize some shit? Or?
I've tried it before. It's probably like on this next album, maybe something I'm dabble into. But predominantly, what I do is like, you know, I'm nice with the pen and like this just to drop bars and like that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm definitely. It's some. I feel like it's some New York kind of style. Are you influenced on some East Coast stuff? Or?
Yeah, so a lot of that production on that album is from New York bangers. He's from, you know, New York. And mostly it came about me just looking for East Coast type beats. And then I fell into that like lane, you know what I mean? So
and then y'all connected. How did that come about?
It just came from me just looking for shit online. I did a couple tracks like and it worked, and then like went through his whole catalog, and there's just a lot of shit like I picked out. You know what I mean? So it's like sonically that East Coast shit obviously is gonna fit in better when you're trying to drop punchlines. You know, you're not doing catchy shit. You know, you need slower boom bap shit.
Yeah.
Type of beats Ozone makes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got Ozone in the fucking building.
Yes, sir.
Fucking up
DJ Ozone checking in.
Hell yeah. It's my boy right there. I fuck with Ozone. How's it working with Ozone? How did you guys come about?
So me and Ozone met. Basically, we was both part of this shit called Treated Crew. Treaty Crews.
Oh, so you were a part of Treaty Crew?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then that's how we met. And then I just started popping out to the club, and we're both part of the thing, you know what I mean? And then
Fucking up.
we just ended up getting super tight, and now we like brothers, and that's that. Yeah.
And was it music straight from Treaty Crew? Like, I know you were producing and working with them too, right?
Yeah, well, he was at that time. Like, I wasn't in music. I had my barbershop that I owned, and I was still cutting hair, and then I was just popping out like on some fly shit. And that's really all it was. But the music came about like Ozone pushing me into it, and then talking me into it, and then he took me to Classic Studios with his people over there. We recorded All I Know. We dropped the video for it. I was walking in the club. They was playing that shit left and right, and then we just kept going with it.
Yeah. You took that momentum and just
ran with it. Like, I always dabbled with the music, recorded, like, with the homies at the crib, that type of shit, freestyle, whatever. But I actually put a record out and seen people, like, fucked with it. I was like, okay, maybe I could do this, you know what I mean?
When you realized you was nice, or you knew you was nice?
I always knew I was nice.
Yeah. You said it real confidently earlier.
Yeah, like, as far as, like, on a freestyle or, like, even battle rapping in high school, stupid shit like that. But I never knew I was nice in the sense of I could put an actual song together, which is a lot harder, you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially for this type of rap, because there's a lot of those punchline rappers that are great at that shit and terrible at making songs. Right. They can't make a hit if their life depended on it. You know what I mean? Some of the best battle rappers, barred up cats, and, And
I was just saying, like, we just gave you a short review, which is like, you rap, you really rapping, and got the quotables.
Yeah,
so the punchline's there.
Yeah, it's trying to like mix, I would say, the best of both things, because you don't want shit to get too boring and just be like he doing too much on it. It still has to be entertaining and like try to get people's attention at the end of the day.
I said from just listening, because I've been running it back and that was no pun intended. I was just literally
said run it back 10 times.
No, it's called the bitch run it back 10 times.
Talk about a girl run it back 10 times.
Facts, yeah. I just been running. It's one of those albums you could just play straight through. Like, it's a really good vibe. You could smoke through it. You can, you know what I'm saying, just kick, like, literally take a cruise and really listen to the music.
I was running errands today playing.
Yeah.
Like, this is going into the rotation.
Yeah, it is. It's fire. And
I think it got, like, a couple different elements to it. Like, there's some a little bit faster paced shit. There's slower shit, chill shit. You know what I mean? So
that's what allows you not to have to turn it off, because you just going through and just... You riding the emotions with it.
Yeah.
Right with
I seen you had a King Louis feature on there.
Yeah.
A Rocky Fresh feature on there.
Yeah.
How did those two come? Well, I'll start off with Rocky Fresh. I seen you drop the music video with them, New World Order, right?
Yeah.
That's fire. That's one of my favorite tracks on that album.
Oh yes.
How did that come about with Rocky Fresh?
So basically, I always liked Rocky Fresh music, like, since I ever heard him initially. I always had brought it up, like, back in the day when I first started, like, doing a feature with him. I had hit up my homie Ruben, other people who had talked to him, like, yo, set it up. And then once we were working on this album, Ozone just brought it to my attention, like, yo, Rocky's in town. We had a meeting with Hustle Simmons just to talk about music stuff, business stuff. And then he was like, yeah, Rocky's here for the rest of the week. If y'all want to get something done, we could. Ozone cooked up some beats. And then
where y'all do that?
At Classic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is that where you usually record?
I record at Private Stock.
Private Stock?
Yeah, but I've recorded a lot of stuff at Classic. I used to record at Classic first. Yeah.
Okay. And King Louis, how did that
Same thing. Ozone's homie with who is it? Oh, one of his managers or some shit. Yeah. So he set that up. Yeah, we got in the studio and knocked it down.
Did you record at the same time?
No, I came on my verse thing and gave it to him. That was an interesting thing. I showed up and he was pretty faded and shit.
Yeah.
Pretty faded.
Yeah, like, I walked in, he was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, "I'm
about to
doing the song together or some shit." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like, all right.
And that was here?
Yeah, that was here. Yeah.
That's dope. I know he's been. Is he in Chicago or is he back in Cali? Y'all know?
I think he'd be back and forth.
Back and forth. It just popped into my head with the situation. And he was part of a shooting a couple of years ago. With everything going on, Benny the Butcher was just in the news. Yeah. Does that make you move a certain way when you're out here in the studio and the clubs? Because a lot of shit happens at nighttime.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's certain types of rap where that shit's a lot crazier. You know what I mean? If I was on some drill rap shit, if I was like gang banging heavy on songs, it'd be a lot more. But then that shit happens to Benny, and it's like Benny's not in that lane either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can happen to anybody, but you know, we gotta just move the smartest we can and like, you know, stay dangerous. It is what it is.
Facts.
Like, you know.
Because I know we spoke about King Von. And the video looked like they were trying to like snatch his chain.
Yeah.
Is that you ever had any kind of like situations where even just a drunk girl or like, you know what I'm saying, any kind of like, somebody, you know, in the club or Ozone, you ever had like a situation where somebody kind of like grabbed your chain or?
I mean, I get.
Or like, females like, let me put your chain on.
One thing that usually get, like I've had like either bitches trying to ask me.
Let me wear your watch.
Let me try it on.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like when niggas like pull this move, like to try and look at your shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
nigga,
you know what could really come right after.
Yeah.
That.
Right.
Niggas,
you don't want to even get that
really,
close.
We really check situations like that.
Of course, yeah.
But motherfucker move a certain way where like we don't even put ourselves in that predicament.
Yeah.
We in the section, motherfucker. If we don't know you, you ain't gonna be around us.
Yeah. So you wouldn't let me in? If I
no,
were. If y'all ain't know, I'm just kidding.
You don't put yourself in a predicament where a motherfucker might take your shit.
Yeah, right. Don't get too close. 6 feet, nigga. Corona.
Yeah, Jim Jones.
Face mask.
Put your face mask. No, and even it's crazier with the face mask. It makes it even easier for niggas to get away with shit.
Yeah. Jim Jones been yelling that like for years about how being a rapper is like the most dangerous like career you could choose and shit. And it's like it's crazy. I see. Yeah, I see. You see a headline 2 days ago, right? That says Benny the Butcher shot in the leg, and the next day you see Lil Wayne facing 10 years on gun charges. So it's like, look, I can't protect myself, but you know what I mean? There's rappers getting shot left and right. It's like you can't win.
You can't win, yeah.
It's definitely tough. But I probably say having the right people around you is like where that comes in.
Yeah, your entourage definitely plays a part.
Yeah.
With the clubs going being closed and all that, have you dabbed out into these like after hour spots?
Not so much, bro. I've been like staying out the way. I haven't even really been drinking. I've been like just focusing on like entirely music and other shit that I got going on. And I'm kind of happy this shit happened. Like if not, I probably would have still been partying and wilding. But I needed this shit, and I've been saving a lot of money.
Yeah, hell yeah. We were talking earlier about the bottle prices. Yo, whoever the fuck is throwing these after hours, and I'm not trying to diss nobody, but y'all gotta lower them prices because this shit getting out of fucking hand. I've seen the spots, my nigga. Like, these are not clubs. Obviously, all the clubs are closed, you know what I'm saying, due to COVID. And now there's a stay-home order, right? Now, even worse.
Yeah.
So, well, they charging like $300-$400. That's like if I tell you, hey, come on the studio. Yeah. And we're going to get bottle service here, and I charge you $400. And here, that's how it look, man. Like, it literally is just like somebody's banquet hall. Or a basement or some shit like.
Sometimes not a banquet.
It's a trap.
But you know what? Sometimes it be the aesthetic. Sometimes it be 40 bad bitches in that bitch. You like, fuck it. I'm gonna pay the $400.
No, it's definitely.
But then you got
the baddie tax.
Wow. I went to one. I ain't gonna lie. Like 2 weeks ago, that shit was fun. One day.
Do they make you they require masks? Is it that like
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So when you drink, you just pull down, put it back up. Okay, it's kind of. I feel like it's hard to manage.
The other day went to a Banda one. That shit was pretty lit though.
Was it?
Yeah, that shit different though.
Yeah,
that shit different.
I fuck you. So you're Mexican. You 100%, right? Yeah. You do the grupos. You do all that good shit.
I like all that shit.
Me too, man. That shit is fucking. I don't think anybody turns up like y'all really turn up.
Oh yeah. That's the funnest shit in the world.
Right?
Like I'm Puerto Rican. I love that shit.
Facts, man. Like that shit.
That shit what it is.
I don't understand the music, but I know a lot of it's that gang shit. Like not gang shit, but that like cartel shit.
It's trap music. Trap,
right? It's trap music. Yeah. Have you wanted to get into Spanish, like into that?
We got a little record that we've been working on. That the hook is like a corrido in Spanish, and then
is you doing it or?
Yeah, it's me doing it. I was on the beat, so we snatched a guitar from like a guitar doing the live in the studio, and then he turns it into like a regular trap record, or whatever.
That shit is fire.
So hopefully that shit
when's
come
that?
out right.
Major production.
We still got to work on it.
Yeah. After I know this album just dropped. What's 2021 looking like for you?
Definitely another project, but like I said, I don't want it to be. I knew Godspeed was gonna be like 100% rap, barred up shit. For this shit, I definitely want to try to get into other shit without losing like that persona of what it is that I do, which is like that rap shit. You know what I mean? Like, cause that's one thing I don't like. I see a lot of rappers like they start doing something, they gain traction and people like them, and then they go into a whole different lane. Like, you know what? Let's try punk rock or let's try some other shit. I'm not gonna do nothing like that, but you know what I mean? I definitely want to just
auto-tune, maybe.
Possibly, not crazy. It's not my thing. It's not my speed. Yeah.
So this is your first album. You say you dropped the mixtape before.
Dropped the tape before.
Independently, right? First Class is the label. Is that something you want to do? Or is that?
It's possible. I mean, me and O just put together a studio where we could like, you know, record, and obviously that's gonna open the doors to other artists wanting to come and just be able to like work, and then, you know, whatever happens from there, we'll see.
Is there any other artists in the city you want to work with? Like anybody that you're fans of? Any Chicago artists?
Definitely Joey Perk. I fuck with. Probably can't name a couple more off the top of my head, but Jeremiah, I would love to get Jeremiah on the hook.
Man, it's crazy. You guys hear? Man. Big ups to
I saw the headline. I didn't see
prayers to Jeremiah. I know he's in the hospital. They say he's fighting COVID right now. He's not doing too bad or not doing too good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
I heard he's getting better. Like,
is he?
Of now, like from when they were initially saying like he was bad, I heard he's getting
and think
better.
about it after, like the vocals. A lot of that fucks up your esophagus and your and because I know people had like surgeries to open up their shit. You know what I'm saying? If it's as bad as it seems, like, well, as they're saying, hopefully it doesn't fuck up his career, because he's one of them like nice staple R&B guys that we got in the city. You know,
that sing for real.
Yeah, he's nice, man. Birthday Sex, right? What's birthday? That was my shit. I know y'all niggas done had Birthday Sex, man. Everybody done had all the things.
The little day parties.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, I feel like I seen him perform Birthday Sex at Radio Star, like when I was young.
Low key, right?
I swear. Go to little basement parties.
Yeah.
And the bitches just start putting the thing on you on a chair. Then you against the wall going,
your homie gotta hold you up.
That was a different time. That was a different time, for real.
So walk me into like a first class experience. The first when you know what I'm saying, walking into the club or any the first, just give me the first class experience.
I mean, I've been doing this club shit personally for like a long time. Like, I started popping out when I was like 12, 13 years old. And I'm not capping when I say the age, 12, 13 years old.
In
like,
the club?
There's people who could attest to it. If you ask DJ Ray,
how old are you?
Right now I'm 29.
Okay.
But they could attest to it. Like, I got 3 older brothers, and that's kind of how I started popping out. I always want to be doing what they were doing. The one older than me, he's a chill one. Like, he never wanted doing it. So I'll take his ID and pop out with his ID with my older brother who was out here heavy. So he was taking me out since I was like young. So I just been in the nightlife scene like ever since I can remember. So when you pop out, you know, it's handshakes left and right. We've been doing this shit for a long time. Like, bottle popping to me is a sport. You know, we play win.
I seen you All-Star Weekend. I think you was going crazy over there. I think you were next to G-Eazy, right? Who else was in that section over there with you?
Tory Lanez,
right? Yeah, y'all was going nuts.
We definitely popped more bottles than them,
right?
Yeah.
What's the most bottles y'all popped in one night?
Ooh, shit, man! I can't even say.
Yeah.
We've passed the 10 mark.
Yeah.
We've passed the 10 mark for
sure. Y'all start off with like 10. That's like first round.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The biggest tabs for sure that like I've been a part of was like at Live in Miami. Those numbers are crazy though.
Live
like,
was 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$26.
But in the city, I think could be Tunnel.
Tunnel, that one time Eunice's birthday, we did like 10 or 15 back to back. Yeah.
And they also, I've always wondered this, because, you know, like, people that come to the club constantly, like, they spend money. Do y'all get plays on it? Or is it like, they it's like, this what it is, and, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I've seen niggas flex, like, that work for the club, but I know they're getting it for that $50, the bottle price, what you buy it at the store.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm popping, I'm getting charged $300. You over here popping 10 and your ass getting charged 50.
Popping them is smart, boy.
You know what I'm saying? But I know he works.
Yeah,
he was.
No, but here 10+ years.
No,
For the 50? We would have did 100.
But it's cool though.
No, of course you pay your dues, like you said. You said you're buying the real estate in there. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting the space.
No, I'm saying in reference to like not getting a discount. Like I'm one of those people that if people give it to me,
you
great,
take.
But I don't. I don't feel entitled.
Of course.
To it.
Yeah.
Should I get it? Yeah. But it's cool.
No, because a lot of people, when it comes to just buying more, like, man, I'll get a play or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how that,
I think at the end of the day, too, no matter what, these promoters or like club people, they look at it like a business too.
Because they got to make their money, right?
Now, when they see you walk in, it's they're not even gonna ask you if you need a discount. It's more of an expectation, like, oh, I know he's gonna buy bottles. It's just set it up for him. Yeah.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So if they know you coming in, you gonna order several.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get the several price instead of the one off.
I mean, it got bad. I knew it was bad when motherfuckers just pop out and we tell each other like, man, we just gonna have a few drinks at the bar, a few shots, and that's cool. Rotate. Motherfucker walk in. Hey, what's up? We got your table ready, and we ain't even called for it. You're just like, all right, cool.
You feel kind of entitled to it. But, I mean, it comes with the respect of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fun, but don't get me wrong. That shit's got, like, it's bad nights like everything. Waking up with a few crumpled dollars in your pocket. Like, bro, what the fuck did I do last night? That shit sucked, too.
Yeah.
So.
So we all had those mornings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. All the money in your pocket's gone. Then you go eat after too.
Wake up with $7 in your pocket, like,
hey, right? That's the best. I think that's the best part to me after the club. The club is cool because it's the same kind of shit to me. You know what I'm saying? The club is cool, but I think after the club is where it's at.
Yeah,
that's where the fun happens.
Because everything you did in the club
then
built up the night.
Somebody up.
And both can be great experiences.
This is crazy.
He said getting some ass or beating some ass. Nah, facts. Yeah. That's funny as hell.
So what's first class B studio session like?
I pre-write everything, so like I've been in the studio with a lot of cats that they do it either on the spot or they'll come up with cadences right there, and then after the cadences come back out and write words that fit in those cadences. That's kind of how I do it. The cadence, and that's cool and everything, but for me, like I need to have the beat the day of or the day prior. A lot of shit I write the same day of. Like the place I write the most is in my car when I'm driving around just writing, like because I'm actively doing shit. And while I'm busting moves, I'm just, I got my notes out and I'm just writing with the beat playing in the car. That's usually how I write.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I work more similar to that, where it's like, send it to me, and by the time we get there, I would have something ready to go.
Yeah, that's how he be talking. He be like, he's like, send us the beat now, and I'll write. I'm like, man, I'd rather just go in the studio. I kind of like just catch the vibe of the studio. Yeah. Me, I kind of. It's new to music, so I can't really say much, but it's just a cadence. I'm trying to find a beat, like find the cadence in the beat, you know what I'm saying, and then trying to make a hook or whatever the hell.
I don't be wanting to be influenced by the other people. Yeah. Cause like when we wrote that last track, I ended up switching my whole cadence.
Oh yeah.
To fit what they had going.
That's what happened. Like on New World Order, I had heard that beat already. And I had some shit in mind, but the shit I had in mind was way different. So I heard Rocky shit, and I was like, okay, this switched up the whole thing. The way he came on it, I didn't expect it. So I was like, all right, bet.
So it was his song, or it was your song?
But it was my song, but he did the verse first. Oh, okay. Yeah, I recorded my shit after he recorded his shit. So after I heard him, what I had in mind just changed up because he came on it at a whole different way.
Different time.
Yeah. But it was good. It was dope. Dope experience.
So you coming in with your bars already ready to go. Like, what do you need in studio? Like, what's the vibe in studio when it's time to record?
It's crazy. I have a lot of different vibes. Like, sometimes I'm with all the guys, and when we with all the guys, it's like bottles, motherfuckers smoking and doing whatever, and it's like a different vibe. But a lot of times I go either by myself or just with and I kind of want to just be 100% sober, like mental, get it and knock it down. So it just all depends on like the day. But I would say I personally record better in that mode than the party atmosphere. Everybody being there. Like I'm kind of just in the zone by myself, ready to go.
That's Reef's preference, ain't it, Reef? Prefer to be in their own business.
Get in the studio, knock it out.
Yeah.
How long? What's the longest studio session you ever had?
Shit, probably 7-8 hours, something like that.
And
I know that shit wasn't recording. That we
just working. And
yeah, you know, after 3 hours, you just paying the party like once all the drinks is going and all that shit.
We usually always ask that question, so I was actually gonna ask what was the shortest.
Yeah, shortest studio session shit, probably maybe an hour, 2 hours, something like that.
Jump in there and straight business and got someone to go after.
Yeah, like there's a record on Godspeed 4/4. I did that shit in 25 minutes.
Oh, that's probably the fastest song you've.
That was the end of a session. I was in there working on some other shit, touching up some other records, and I had like 30 minutes left, and I was like, throw this beat on, and I did it all in like one take. Came out solid, you know. So sometimes it just happened like that. Sometimes you go in there and you 3 hours trying the same shit, and it just ain't working. It just ain't working.
That'd be me. Well, I be killing myself. Wake up, fucking the same beat going over and over, repeat in my head, and it's like drives you nuts.
I was supposed to do the chorus to tear it up. It just didn't sound right.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't think I'm a fan of coming back to records. Like a lot of times, I know it's not gonna work out, and you just
leave it alone.
Yeah, I'd rather do something fresh because like you just know with anything in life, like you should know initially. If it ain't going initially, it probably ain't it. You ain't gotta force it. You know what I mean?
Right.
With I know everything with COVID right now. You had some shows that you were doing prior, you know what I'm saying, the beginning of this year. Yeah. Who did you open? You had a show with
we opened up for Griselda.
Griselda, how's that? Is that I know that's a big influence in you guys, right?
Absolutely, yeah. They're like one of the only people doing the barred up, you know what I'm saying? D-boy music that's getting that type of attention, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In music. They gotta deal with Rock Nation, you know what I mean? One of the first things that like stuck out to me with them was they're interviewing Drake on one of those it was a podcast or something, and they asked him what's in his playlist, and he was like Benny the Butcher, Griselda, and shit, you know what I mean? So it's like the biggest artist damn near in hip-hop is listening to this shit, you know what I mean? So to me it was a good look because there's definitely not a lot of that when you look at that, you know. The charts on hip-hop is like...
Yeah, it's fucked up. That's why Jay-Z says, like, fuck Billboard and fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because the real music, you might get a Billboard hit, but that's because probably kids are running through that shit, you know what I'm saying? You ain't really got people really listening to real music.
Yeah.
The real, you know, our age, we buy the music, you know? Like, kids ain't buying music.
Yeah. I think, like, timeless music is, like... You kind of know when you hear it because it's not like of the trend. So, you know, there's timeless records that you hear from Nas, Jay-Z, shit like that.
You could play in an era,
15,
any era.
20 years later, it's still going to go. But like right now, we ain't none of us going to say, hey, throw on that Inside Peanut Butter, Outside Jelly record that was just happened to be trending when that Southern music shit was going. You get me? But, you know, it's like anything. Fashion has its trends. Everything has its trends. And like, you know, there's a certain type of sound that's trending right now. And it's cool. But, you know, that timeless music is going to be here for longevity. You know what I mean?
From opening up with them, were you able to just, you know, communicate with them and kind of, was that something you were able to do, play some music for them or anything? Or well, obviously you opened up for them, but just a studio session or anything like that?
So his manager hit us up, like, immediately after, like, once we got back. Like, we had went out to eat dinner after and shit. And then we got back, his manager hit us up, and it was just like, we got a bunch of shows coming up, Miami, Cali, whatever, if y'all want to roll. Gave us a bunch of info, and we were thinking about it. I was catching a flight to LA in the morning, so I was like, man, we can't do the next one. Y'all got whatever, but we'll think about them shows like in Miami, LA that were coming up. And we were going to take them, and then COVID happened that following week. It just shut it all down, so that was whack.
Yeah, that shit. Is so you say you're independent, right? Or
I'm under a contract right now.
Oh, you are? Is it something you could talk about or?
I mean, we ain't got to get into it too much, but
but
I'm definitely
you're under. Is it distribution? Is it a label contract?
It's a label.
That's dope. And there is it. Can you kind of walk me into like what a label does for you?
They provide a lot of different shit, but it just depends on your contract. It depends on like the wording of your contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know a lot of artists, the goal is to sign up into a label. You know? Is that,
I mean, I guess it's different for everybody. Like, we live in an era where it's definitely not a necessity. But, you know, the opportunity came about for me and I took it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So that's that.
Nice. You got anything, Percy?
I'm trying to think of how I can ask a question that, because we always want to have our guests give some free game to either those coming up behind them or somebody just looking to get into what you're doing, because it's rap, right? Like everybody think they can rap. Everybody, claim they got. Everybody is attracted to music in some way. So I'm just trying to like any free advice that you could just think of off the top that you would run to.
I probably being more confident in yourself. I think that's 100% one thing that I'm still like working on and going through is like there's definitely a lot of, I'm an overthinker in every aspect. And a lot of times I hear records and I'll be like, nah, I don't like it, or I'm not feeling it, whatever. And then, I listen to Russ a lot, and Russ is always talking about, how that option should be up to the people listening to the music, not so much you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we're in like a time period in music where like you hear it today, gone tomorrow. So you shouldn't be holding these records for 8 months, 10 months. You kind of should be putting them out as they go. And I feel like that's something that I want to do more. You know what I'm saying? Just start throwing stuff out, be confident.
Getting more comfortable with dropping.
Yeah. So, because there's like certain shit, like let's say RPM. We was in the car one day, and it was when that had came out, and Ozone was like, "You haven't recorded anything in a while." I was like, "Yeah, I did this other shit RPM. I'm not really liking it." Played it for him. He fucked with it. And then we ended up dropping a video for it, and everybody liked it. So I was like, damn, that was a record I didn't even think, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes what you don't think might be,
Might be just what the streets need.
Yeah.
And is it just used to that you have in your camp? Well, I know you came with your boy Dre.
There's a shitload of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of us who got I got first class tats like everywhere, but there's like 5-6 of us that got on the stomach, a couple on the hand, a couple cats you see with a chain, a couple females you see with a chain.
Where the last time? I heard the Suge voice came out, man. The Suge.
That was one of my questions. So first class, it's a crew, it's a lifestyle, it's a family. What is
definitely a lifestyle. Like, we got our close-knit like brothers that we always show with. It's a lot of things, I would say. It started for me just like, I had the barbershop. It was called First Class. People started calling me First Class B. We started having parties, events there, and then other dudes started calling themselves First Class whatever, and it just turns into like some close-knit shit. Yeah. And then, now we 10 years in doing that shit.
It's a life.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Evolution.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Everything evolves. You got to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, like you said, you've been in the clubs for a while. What's the next? I mean, you're always gonna do bigger and better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the
projections, the goals,
not
short plans.
Because the first, like you always say, the fucking up the game experience. You know what I'm saying? You guys always come and top it off every single time. What do you think will be the top off?
I just love diving into shit that like is new to me, is exciting, you know what I'm saying? So I've opened barbershops before, and then I've done it already, so it's kind of like, okay, I want to try something else. So then we did a smoke shop, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happened with it, but it was just cool for me to experience something new. So I definitely, every year, I feel like I like to just get my head into something that I haven't done, and it's just, exciting for me. Yeah. Just do shit like that.
For sure. I got this photo we went from.
You went digging.
Yeah. This is from 2018. Rest in peace, Fredo. Can you just tell me about the picture? I know it says, "Let's all be health cautious out here. Too young and cool."
Yeah. So that shit, I ran into him. I was leaving the mall or something. He was pumping gas at the gas station. Ran into him.
Really? Oh shit.
Whatever. Yeah, but he had died from
overdose, right?
But I believe it was like kidney failure, right? Okay. Yeah, so I'm assuming it was like either the drugs or the lean that was probably, eating away at his shit. But I've had like my own problems with like my liver from the doctor from drinking so much. Because like I said, I'm not capping when I said I started going out at 12, 13. Yeah. So I started going out that young, but I also started drinking that young, and drinking fifths.
It takes a toll on your body.
I didn't start drinking 6-packs and shit like that. We started drinking fifths. You know what I mean? So that shit obviously has taken a toll on my body, and it's like right now I'm doing my time off it because the doctor told me to. So it's definitely got its ups and downs. You know what I mean? Like being cautious and make sure I got a lot of shit to do out here. I need to relax. Like that shit's fun, but
Yeah, it takes a
sometimes you need to
toll.
relax.
Yeah. I know if you say you're gonna go out, is there like specific drinks that you or liquor that you're into right now?
I'm a tequila drinker,
Straight
but
to-
it's
yeah.
because I'm a fucking paisa. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm tequila drinker, champagne. Like obviously, Don P is just our favorite shit. We just like doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Champagne and tequila.
I don't remember the bar. You said in one of your songs. I was super busy when I heard it, but it was something about the popping the champagne and that's just.
I
how we
pop
do
more
some shit.
champagne. Or,
Yeah, that's what it is. I pop more champagne
in the day than you do in a month.
in a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got another one here. It's we spoke earlier about the Treated Crew.
Yeah.
What was you said it was just popping out? You know what I'm saying? You were doing that. Did you get to meet? I know it was rest in peace, Timbuktu's birthday, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace again to Timbuktu. That was a legend in our city with the music, everything that he did for a culture in this city. Did you get to meet him? Did you work with him?
Yeah, I never got to work with him. I wasn't really even like doing music at that time, but we definitely like I used to pop out and I was in the DJ booth with him before at the clubs and all shit like that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he DJ'd at Rio a couple of times. Yeah. I gave him $60 to play my brother's song. Facts.
Did he play it?
He played it. Yeah, he played it. I think my brother knew him though. Robert Double R, he knew him. So
He said, "Oh wow."
yeah. And Robert was like, "Come on. You got cash on you?" I'm like, "Man, all right, fuck it." And he was just like, "All right, like, I'll play it. Send it to me." But yeah, I met him a few times just in the club. Yeah, $60, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I know that he did a lot for, just music in general.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely like a couple cats like Mano. He's one of the first like dudes that I met when I was in Treated Crew. He's done, you know what I mean? He's one of the only producers I know in Chicago that has ever gone diamond. It's one thing to go platinum, but diamond, that's some whole other shit.
Yeah. That's the goals, right? That's the goals.
What's some of the perks of being a nightlife veteran as an artist?
Shit. I mean, I always got an open hand for anything I need to do, and I would hope so for as much bread as we've spent out there. But let's say we're doing like a video release party, album release party, whatever it is. There's a bunch of dudes we can speak to, whether it be DJs, whether it be promoters, whether it be actual club owners that
There's definitely a big networking, right?
Yeah, networking. You know what I mean? And then there's a handful that we done had our like bad nights that they be like, nah, we don't want them guys over here either. But you know what I mean?
Well, it comes with the alcohol.
Yeah, come with the territory.
Yeah, the good and the bad. What is the worst nights that you ever had in the club?
The worst ones. The worst ones we probably can't talk about.
Well, the worst one you could speak on. Like you just remember, like it was one of those you're just like, what the fuck the next day? You know what I'm saying? Like,
probably when I got my jaw broken outside of room 7 one time.
Holy fuck!
And that's like this shit. I don't know if you still see it. Little thing I got right there. So I got a metal plate here, metal plate here, metal plate here. Over 20-something screws all over my jaw.
When was this?
Like 3 years ago, something like that. So that was probably one of the worst ones, just because like I done been through it a lot. I done been in a lot of situations. I got a metal plate here, screws here, broken collarbone. I got stabbed in my neck. I've been through hell and back as far as that.
Me too, my nigga.
But
I got scars, battle wounds.
Yeah.
Bitch, I swear.
By far, I would say the jaw one was the absolute like worst of the worst. Just having your jaw wired shut for so many months, I lost like.
You lose a lot of weight. You drink it through
Shit,
straws.
I lost like 45 pounds damn near, bro. Like if you watch that All I Know video, like I'm swimming in the clothes. I look skinny as fuck.
I was gonna say, I think I said earlier, I'm like, damn, this nigga was skinny.
That was right after that shit happened, so I was like, I had lost hella weight. Shit was all fucked up. That was a tough one. So that's
biggest
one of
L.
the worst L's I ever after the club. You know what I mean? Cause that shit affected me for the next however many months. You know what I mean? Damn near the rest of my life, because I still got the scars and all this other shit.
Yeah, that's one of the worst things I hate about being in the club, when those nights turn to one of those like. Oh, yeah. It's literally like one thing that happens that just makes it go that way.
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of those. That's the problem. That's like one of the.
do you get into the mode where like, well, I know you probably go out with the same people usually, like you said, where you have to babysit a couple people, or is it just like, I'm doing me.
Sometimes I'm the one getting babysitted when I get carried away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're the
absolutely.
heavy tequila guy.
Yeah, like I said, like I've been doing it for a long time. So like anything, you build the tolerance to shit. So for me to like be in the club, like I'm drinking a lot heavier than other people. You know what I mean? And obviously you drink too much, you're gonna start doing stupid shit, acting stupid. So I've had my hella bad nights. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta learn to try to stay away from having those type of nights.
All those Snapchats right there. The next day.
Next morning, we got.
What happened to me?
Oh shit!
I need some water.
I
Okay.
was just gonna say I'll tell the story.
Yeah. That's
In
actually like the name of my first tape.
Yeah.
That's why I called it Champagne and Turbulence, because it's like champagne, yeah, that's the side everybody sees in the Instagram shit and bottle popping, but the turbulence is all the fuck shit that comes with it, because like it ain't just all beautiful. There's a lot of bullshit that comes with it, like, that nobody's really seeing. So it's like the ups and the downs.
How many days have you went out straight in a row?
Oh man.
Are you coming in months at this point?
What?
Month blizzard.
Yeah. I think
2011.
I think the longest I did in a row was like 6 days. But when I say in a row, like we ain't stopped for them 6 days. Like it's crazy. Yeah, those are some long benders right there.
I know it's is it New Year's Eve? So have y'all done the New Year's Eve to the next day morning parties like that?
Yeah,
like
we've done that shit on regular days.
Right.
Sure.
So they do. Is it a regular day? Do they open up at like clubs that early?
I mean, I know I've done weekends where I'm out at night. I'm at a day party in the morning. At some other shit at night, and then back again at after hours. We done 48-hour runs.
Oh
For sure.
Yeah.
When you on the move, do you find some shit to do? There's some shit going on.
Do you get tired of the Chicago nightlife?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just so much better in a lot of places. No disrespect to my city. I love my city to death, but our nightlife is, to me, sorry, in comparison to Vegas, Miami, LA. Like, our shit is,
Chicago's excited about Jim Jones hosting.
Exactly, yeah.
That should say everything. Like, this city gets excited about D-list shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
So that lets you know what kind of standard your city has.
We ain't had shit. Yeah, we ain't got.
So it's because people not coming and fucking with our city. They in New York. They in Miami. They in LA.
I don't know exactly what it is. Like, we've talked about it, obviously, because Ozone's in the nightlife scene. We talk about why we can't catch that, like, the vibe or aesthetic that other nightlife places have.
I feel like we got our DJs are way better than when you go to like live. Yeah. I've been live just for the aesthetics, because the DJs sometimes just are trash.
Yeah.
Ozone's fake humble face is amazing.
I wish I had the camera right here, because he's like, he put it on my face. Right? I got a lot to say about this shit.
Yeah, I think what has to do with it, like, I think Chicago's a really big bar city.
Yeah,
we got so many bars in the city. We got Wrigleyville that got however many. You got Lincoln Park that have however many. You got Gold Coast that have however many. Like, in Miami, you want to go out, you're in South Beach and you're going to a club. You're not going to a bar to kick it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if we had only that, I feel like maybe our shit would be different. But I mean, I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it.
We got hella mangoes in this bitch, right?
There's like, mango, yeah, it's exactly, yeah.
Hella mangoes in this mug.
Yeah.
I know. You know what sucks? Because I spoke about Rio earlier. I felt like that could have been one of those places that they could have made. Yeah. Like, it was there for a little while, but
that's what I was talking about in the sense of, like, if you're gonna pop bottles, I feel like you need to be in a place like that. And we don't even have places like that to start. Like, you know what I mean? So Rio was that type of place. Like, Tunnel to me was nice like that, underground shit like that. But we got 3 or 4, and then all the other places, like, people popping bottles at a bar and grill and expect, like, why our nightlife so sorry?
Yeah.
Prison's dope too.
Prison used to be what was it called before? No, it was the one. It's next to that strip club, right? Right there.
Yeah.
It's got like a live vibe.
It's up and down. It's upstairs, downstairs. But they kind of selective with their like promoters and stuff, right? Yeah. Y'all, you been in prison?
They're not trying to get that joint shot up.
That's what it is. And that's the violence comes like
That's
you said.
gotta play a big part in why our nightlife's so sorry too, because it's not like we can't have these like A-list celebrities, but a lot of them don't want to come out here because we be fucking shit up, and that's the truth. We have those nice places, like
nobody wants to come here.
Yeah, and then you hear somebody getting shot in front, and then now
like Rio, somebody was shot and killed in there before on one of the nights.
Shit, I done tore it up in Rio a couple times.
Me too.
But we can't act like the A-list is not.
I done tore it up in Rio a couple times too.
We can't act like the A-list is not coming to the city though, because they do come here to eat.
Yeah,
but they're getting up out here and going to party in LA or wherever they.
I heard the most names during like All-Star Weekend. That was about
that's
just because
All-Star Weekend was good, and I think All-Star Weekend like went good. Like it was smooth. Yeah. There wasn't really a lot of fuck shit happening. I think that was cool. That was a good look.
Everybody was on edge. I feel though, right? Like to make sure it goes smooth for everybody here.
Yeah,
like,
they were on bullshit. Like a lot of the clubs were prepared. They were on stream.
Oh, that was a beautiful time. We had some out of town DJs come over here. We had to let them know what time it was too. Yeah. That shit was fun.
Hell yeah. I stepped out to Route 7 on Saturday. Yeah, because a lot of them. Have you ever had an issue with another DJ from? Well, no.
Oh yeah, now that you bring that up.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it was. I had a situation with a DJ in Miami, and whatever.
He was from Miami.
He's from Miami.
And he came to Chicago.
No, I was in Miami.
Oh, okay.
Something happened out there. He did his fuck shit. I said, okay, cool. We was trying to get in touch with him. We couldn't, you know what I mean? Obviously, we ain't got pulled like we got at the club here. So like, he's got to come to Chicago one day. Sure enough, All-Star Weekend came. He was on the flyer, and we're like, okay, bet.
Yeah.
And then he pulled up, and he pulled up to the event where Tory Lanez and G-Eazy were at. So he seen us, and we seen him, and it was what it was. So he definitely, I'm sure he got a big respect for Chicago now.
Yeah, hell yeah. I went out. I seen Tory Lanez was at Room 7 one of those nights. I promise you, he was there. Probably a couple minutes. Like he got there a couple minutes, walked up to the DJ booth, and was like, "Who the fuck is this DJ? He's trash." His manager, like him and his manager, and then you just see him walking out, and I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" But dude was straight trash. Like I don't even know who his name was. Like Enigma was just like, "Yo, this nigga comes in here. He's like, I guarantee I'm gonna tell you his next 2 songs he's gonna play." He turns, I look, I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" He's like, "This nigga comes with the same fucking little weak ass playlist, and they got this nigga right here at the prime time." And I'm like,
it was prime time?
It was prime time. I'm like, oh man.
That's why they gotta book DJ Ozone for the prime time.
Hell yeah. It's an experience. I'm telling you, y'all give a fucking experience. Like that's one thing I'm real heavy on. You are your brand. You know what I'm saying? And you wear your brand. You carry your brand with you. So I feel like, you represent yourself a certain way, and people, like you said, they act a certain way now, Yeah. It's dope though. That's how you, and what you just said earlier, you're kind of working on being selective on who you're working on and your brand and everything like that. We're going to have to start, we get a lot of garbage ass rappers trying to get out here. I ain't going to lie. We turn them down too. We're very selective. We're very selective too. Nah.
I like the guests y'all pick.
Yeah, right? I
think y'all selection choice for guests here always keeps me intrigued. Like,
that's the goal.
With y'all podcast.
Yeah. I and you're a more established rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been doing this for a little while, and you got one of the best in the city that you're working with. But a lot of young guys, I feel like he said, we try to give out free game and just try to help out anybody we could and just give them a kind of platform. You know what I'm saying? To talk about themselves and talk about what they want to do and the goals. And I'm all about that motivational and next level shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we all want to get somewhere. We all see ourselves in 5 years, 10 years somewhere, and it's dope that I have. You know what I'm saying? You guys, like I said, when y'all walked in, I said it 30 minutes ago. I'm inspired. You know what I'm saying? Like I love to. This is my time to live through you guys, and it's dope to have you guys here and just laughing and chopping it up because it's definitely a good time, man. It's a different time every time.
Yeah.
It's always like you go on people's show or you do an interview and people, they obviously give you your love and your praise, but It's crazy to kind of just be sitting here and talking to you. Like last year, I see you on a big ass billboard.
Yeah.
It's like, and then to know at that point, like we was talking about getting you on the pod then.
Yeah, when we spoke to you last time.
And then listen to your album today is like you have my favorite rappers are rappers that make me want to go right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just like listening to the album. I think I was on track 6. I'm just like, yeah, like he has the making to be my favorite.
Right. Yeah, hell yeah.
And it's like guys like that to me are like Wale and like rappers that's rapping and playing with words and moving through and telling a story. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's the kind of vibe that I got from you. I want to write something and go, and it was inspirational, like you're saying. That's what I think about it. Like I was inspired to go. I'm a very creative person. I like to do all kind of creative shit. So it's just like that just made me want to go create something.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think we pretty much wrapped up right now. Is there any last words that you want to give out to your fans? Where can we follow you on Instagram, Facebook, social media?
All my social media handles are going to be at First Class B. The album's out everywhere, iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah, go get that shit. Run it up, run it
Yeah.
back. Y'all know
Godspeed.
the fucking vibes, man. Don't make me bug up, B.
Run it back 10
Hey,
times.
y'all ain't got shit to do. We on lockdown. Tell them, man. We on lockdown again. Run it up, run it back. And we appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Appreciate
I'm
y'all
sure it's
for
not
having
the
me.
last time we going to, you know what I'm saying, get in the studio or whatever. Y'all got y'all studio, y'all said,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we definitely going to be looking to record because we working on a mixtape coming soon, 2021. We could get some Ozone production, First Class feature, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate y'all for coming out again.
No doubt.
It's getting a little cold out here. But, yeah.
Love, man.
that.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you.
On that note,
Yes, sir.
we out. Peace.